Welcome to Basically a Therapist, but without the degree. I am your host, Lauren Larson, and I'm really excited that you're here with me. Last week, we took the week off to celebrate Thanksgiving, and I hope everyone's Thanksgiving was really great. And we are just on the downhill trek to Christmas and New Year's and just all of the things. And I want to, because we're in the holiday season, I want to talk about something a little differently today. And I want to talk about holiday conversations from a fresh angle. I know that sounds kind of different and weird, but I'm excited for this because it's not the heavy stuff. It's not the boundaries. It's not about the emotional labor. It's not about letting, don't let so-and-so steal your joy. We've been there, we've done that, and we can do that ad nauseum, right? But in this episode, I want to make space for connection. I want to show up differently because there are times where we are just in positions where we have to be around people that trigger us. We have to be around people that's hard to be around, right? Like we can't get out of it. It's just what it is. And so how do we create connection in spite of? It doesn't always have to be about protect your peace and create boundaries and cut them off or whatever, because I think it can get a little negative in this space when it comes to that. And so I want to come from a different perspective. I want to provide a fresh perspective where we are talking about how to create connection with people in spite of, or just how to create connection in general, right? How to stop assuming you already know everything about your family. How to be surprised by people, even if it's family, even if it's friends. How to let conversations be a place of discovery instead of a place of duty. I got to do this. I'm here, I might as well. I'm talking about curiosity, talking about learning people again, talking about presence and not performance. And honestly, we're talking about making the holidays just feel a little bit more fun, like how to make them more enjoyable. And let's be honest here. We walk into holiday gatherings thinking we already know the script. So-and-so is going to talk about this. So-and-so is going to do that. So-and-so is going to ask for this. So-and-so is going to bring this up. And we just start preloading the whole experience in our minds. We start scripting out responses for conversations that haven't happened yet. And we predict everything before it even happens. But here's the thing with that. People grow when we're not looking. They can change when we're not around them all the time. They have an entire life, an entire storyline that we have not witnessed. And God works in people's lives even when they're not posting it online. Can you believe that? It's not always a public affair for everybody to watch and see. And so sometimes the reasons conversations can feel shallow, I guess, is because we're talking to the version of them that we remember, and maybe not the version of them that they've become and or are becoming. So what would happen if we walked in and said, I'm open to being surprised today. I wonder if if so-and-so is going to do something different today. Just having an open mind, because that perspective, that mindset shift can soften you, and that can soften the whole room. That can soften the whole experience. And here's what I mean, because a lot of us, when we get together with people, we tend to, it's almost like an interview where we like interrogate people a little bit. How's work? What's new? Are you still doing that? How's the relationship with so-and-so? How's the job search? How's this? How's that? What's going on with that? They're just automatic questions. They're default questions, and they don't necessarily always lead anywhere. But curiosity, discovery, that's something different. What it looks like to discover, what it can sound like is, I'd love to hear about something you're excited about lately. What are you looking forward to right now? Tell me something fun or something random that's been happening with you right now. What have you been into lately that surprised you? Like, what if somebody came to you asking you these questions? It's not going to be just the default, like, oh, I'm fine, everything's fine, work is good, whatever. And that's it. The conversation's just done, right? There's no conversation. It's just done. But when somebody comes to you like that with those kind of questions, those very intentional, curious questions, that would mean something. That would show that they're actually interested and they're being intentional. They care. This tone, it just changes everything because you aren't asking for a report. You're not checking off boxes. How are you? How's life? How's the kid? Blah, blah, blah. You're asking about a moment. And holiday conversations can get so much lighter when you adopt what's called the art of being easily delighted. Doesn't that sound nice? Like, just even saying this, it just feels lighter. It's like pressure is off for things to look a certain way, sound a certain way. The art of being easily delighted. Be someone who is easy to share good news with, someone who's easy to laugh with, easy to encourage, easy to open up around. Be the person in the room who says, wait, that's actually really cool. That sounds really exciting. Tell me more. I love this for you. That makes so much sense. And watch what happens. Watch how the interaction changes. Watch how they change. People tend to bloom. They open up when someone is genuinely excited for them, delighted with them. Isn't that so fun? Like, there's just certain people that we can be around sometimes and we're like, wow, that was a really great conversation. And I know for me, that doesn't happen often. That sounds so terrible, but small talk is rough for me. And the whole like, how are you doing? What do you do for work? Blah, blah, blah. Are you married? Blah, blah, blah. Like, do you have kids? Like, it's the same old monotonous questions. They're boring. It's just us being lazy, in my opinion, and showing up very lazily with other people and just checking a box saying like, oh, I tried to connect or I had conversation. That's not really trying. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to kind of pop your little bubble over there and just say that that's not really trying. Trying is having intentional questions, intentional conversation, truly getting to know somebody. And hey, a little, blessing here is that it gets the focus off of you. And a lot of times when we go into holidays, I hear from a lot of people, like, I don't want them to ask me anything about me right now. Like, I don't want to talk about anything about me. I don't want to hear opinions. Great. Talk about them. Show genuine curiosity in them. Be excited for them. Open them up. And what's great is you don't owe them any emotional labor when you show up excited to learn more about them, delighted. You just have to show up curious and present. Isn't that so much better? Like, it just feels lighter. There's a shift in the atmosphere, even just talking about this right now. And here's some examples that you can sprinkle into different conversations. Oh, I didn't know you were into that. Oh, wow. How did that start? That sounds like so much fun for you and something you'd really enjoy. I can see you really come alive when you're talking about that. These create connections without heaviness. And this is where it gets really meaningful and that fresh start, that fresh perspective. Because some of your relatives, they feel stuck because everyone keeps treating them like the version they were 5 years ago. And there's a good chance that they're not the same person. Are you the same person you were 5 years ago? There's a good chance that they are, but treat them like you're getting to know them for the first time. When you approach them with curiosity, it opens up a door for them to show you their current self, how they are presently. So try things like, what's something you're really proud of for yourself this year? What's something you accomplished? What's a new thing God's been doing in you, even if it feels small? What's something you started liking this year that surprised you? And I think what's great about these questions is that they're reflective without being intrusive, right? Because there can be like moments where you're like, okay, you're asking a little too much. Like you're getting a little too close. It's a little too personal. And it honors the fact that people, they evolve, they change. Even the people that you don't expect. Just going to say that. A lot of the pressure we feel in conversations comes from thinking we need to impress. We need to be deep. We need to be funny. We need to be overly spiritual. We need to be wise. We need to be on. We need to be empathetic. We need to be a therapist. We need to be whatever it is that we think that they need. We need to be that. No. Just plain and simple. No. Conversations around the holidays get way better when you stop trying to be interesting and start being present. When you take the focus off of you and put it onto them. Because your presence is a gift. Your listening is a gift. Your excitement for them is a gift. And honestly, being present makes you more naturally interesting anyways. Because connection flows instead of it feeling forced. As you step into the holiday moments this year, try to posture yourself in this way. I'm here to discover, not manage. Do you feel the load lightening? Do you feel the burden lifting? I'm here to connect, not perform. I'm here to be open, not on guard. I'm here to let people surprise me and not assume I already know everything about them. I'm excited because I'm definitely going to apply this in my life, not even just around the holidays, just in general. So let this be the season where you learn people again, where you allow conversations to unfold instead of trying to control them, where you choose curiosity over assumptions, where you create moments of warmth, not pressure. Because I'm here to remind you, you don't have to carry the emotional weight of other people. You don't have to carry the emotional weight of the room. But you can be the little light in the room. And that just shifts your approach this holiday season. And I hope this helps you. I hope this excites you because I'm excited just telling you this. I think this is really exciting. It's just a completely different perspective that sometimes we need to get us out of the sludge of what can feel like holiday pressure, holiday monotony, holiday performance. But there's another way. You can choose connection, and it can be beautiful. I hope that this episode gives you some freedom, some ideas, some freshness for your next holiday interactions, which are probably going to be all month long. I'm really excited for you. Please let me know how you showed up during the holiday with these ideas or your own. Please let me know in the comments. I'm actually genuinely curious what you said, what you did. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Yeah.